Martin, of course, has their peghead logo, EST 1833. This is 1836.
1836.
Stauffer
Oh my goodness.
design, but that's Martin's earliest type label.
Wow.
And that would be CF Senior.
With the old 6 on a side headstock there.
Well, that's the German. Actually, he worked for 10 years with Johann Georg Stauffer in Vienna. And that guitar is not Martin design, that's Stauffer design.
Okay.
That's what he came over, but that's not a design he came up with.
Okay.
This is 1842. And you notice that there's a heck of a lot of change.
Yeah.
This is directly copied from Spanish designs, but it has Germanic little twists, like where the Spaniards did the Spanish type heel joint, where the neck block and end block are the same piece, and
yeah.
They just have a slot cut and the sides fit into the slot. You could never ever reset a neck. This has a dovetailed neck.
Okay, okay.
And where the Spaniards had a volute like that, but they did a scarf joint that was just the peghead graft on a Spanish guitar has nothing to do with the volute. He combined the volute with the German style graft.
Interesting.
So this piece here is one, the peghead's a separate piece, and they did that through 1917. In 1918 they switched from, this is Spanish cedar, which is neither Spanish nor cedar. It's a wood that's more related to mahogany and grows in Brazil, but it has a resin in it that smells a lot like cedar.
Okay.
And the Spaniards used it for guitar necks, so it's called Spanish cedar. But
understood.
It ain't. The city of Cadiz, they had a lot of makers, but Pages and Reyes were two of the more prominent ones. This body shape, the 3-ring rosette, that heel shape, the peghead shape,
yeah.
the volute, it's all copied from Spanish design, but it's sort of the German construction techniques doing the Spanish design. It's more sturdy than the Spanish. This even has a 5-strut fan pattern that is identical to the Torres 5-strut fan he used on his smaller model, except this is 10 years before Torres.
Really? Wow.
And this bridge is very Spanish type, no bridge pins. In fact, bridge pins are hard to do if you have a 5-strut fan, because positioning all the holes for bridge pins is likely to hit the struts.
Okay.
But at any rate, this is, and of course everything that's white is ivory.
Yeah.
Wow. There were no
real
synthetics.
ivory. Yeah.
Even the two-piece book-matched sides,
Look at that.
the Spaniards did that back then in the 1830s.
Okay.
So that's 2-piece book-matched Brazilian sides, Brazilian back, and every bit that's white, including even the body bindings, are ivory, and the case is original.
Oh my goodness, look at the case.
For the 1836 as well.
Would you like to make a sound for us?
I don't think this one's in tune right now. Not too far off.
Wow.
Tuning it right now.
It's compression, right? So it's basically
Yeah, you just
like
push
a
in
like a
and
violin.
turn.
Yeah.
It's not hard. It actually works very smoothly, because if you look, you notice that the holes have bushings of harder wood.
Yeah.
So that's not a repair, that's the way they built it.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the Spanish cedar is soft enough that you'd eventually wallow it out if you just kept tuning, but they put in harder
Okay, to reinforce
bushings.
it.
Yeah, so that it stays. This was built to last.
Yes.
A lot of the Spanish ones at the
Unbelievable.
time were rather flimsy, and they didn't hold up well. This 1842, and it's in fine shape. Here's a more modern one. This is 1857.
1857. Wow.
And you see it has a pin bridge, and that has X bracing.
Unbelievable.
That guitar is original finish. It's not restored. That's, if you you take care of them, they last.
They really do last.
Notice how similar these look in
Yeah.
condition. And
That.
this
My
is a
goodness.
style 45, so it's fancier. This is a style 27, but you notice as far as condition, this one, if anything, looks older, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
This was made in 1922.
Yeah.
But you know, it's the basic
This was
design,
1850s, did you tell me?
1857. But the basic condition, you can't just look at condition and tell how old it is all the time.
Sure.
But this is the Spanish cedar neck still with a grafted peg head.
Here, I'll hold it.
This is a
Got it.
one-piece mahogany neck, but still it looks very similar. They kept the volute, they kept the ornamentation, but this is one-piece mahogany, whereas this is two-piece Spanish cedar. And this is a single O 45. They're both single O size, so they're the same size, same shape, same peg head shape. And basically the design didn't change
Yeah.
in a long time.
Yeah.
So by as early as 1852, they were making guitars that looked like this. This is 57. This is 1922. And even in the mid-20s, they still looked the same. In fact, by 29, they looked like this, but they were starting to brace heavier. By 27, they were making the tops ever so slightly thicker and the braces a little bit heavier for steel. But this is still strung nylon.
And they would have,
That was a gut string guitar.
and so size-wise, they would have met at the 12th fret up until about that time?
The first 14 fretter was in late 29, the OM.
Okay, so this is kind of the end of that era at that point then,
Well, they
right?
still continued to make 12 fret guitars later.
Yeah.
They don't all just immediately go to 14 fret. See, by the time that the mid-20s came around, Martin had a problem for marketing. They were making, this is still the early Spanish pre-Torres type design, aesthetic, and neck dimension. But the OM was the first model, and we have an OM here. The OM model came out in 29. This is a later one, this is 32. But you can play that. That was the first model Martin made with a 14 fret neck. The earliest ones had banjo pegs from that's 29 into.
So now we're solidly into territory where we would have been using steel strings, is that right?
Yes.
Yeah. Outward. Tune this up here.
That's incredible. That sound will kick you right in the face.
Yeah.
Wow, that is. Here, let's get the back of it too.
Sure.
Look at that.
Unbelievable.
Look at that. Inlay. Wow.
History. It's like there's nothing else to say. Wow.